Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori Brame and I talk about a lot of stuff actually. If you've been following me for a while, you can see that I got another mandala. I tried the solid color things because I thought they would look good, and they do. I like them, but honestly I missed my old background, so I went and got more. So today I was just feeling so uninspired and like, what am I gonna do this video on? Because every Wednesday like clockwork, for the past what, 2 years now, I've put out a video, and so I wanted to make sure I didn't skip a week, but I honestly didn't know what to do it on. So I put up a little sticker on my Instagram and I asked, what should I do this week's video on? And I got 3 different responses that all said burnout. I got other responses too, but 3 people said they wanted me to do it on burnout. So I'm going to talk about burnout today. So I was a single mom for 3 years, and I've found different ways to cope with burnout. I've felt burnt out a lot at different levels, and these were just the ways that I personally was able to get out of that, and things that I still do to try to get out of it. So I kind of narrowed it down to 3 questions to ask yourself. The first one is, what isn't working? So when you feel really burnt out with something, there has to be something that isn't working. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. Maybe you're not getting enough nutrition. There's always something that like isn't happening, and that's how you know you're getting burnt out. It might be like a fun thing, like I haven't gone out with my friends in over a year or something like that. Like I'm so burnt out, I can't believe I just keep neglecting that part of my life. Or maybe it's, I haven't journaled in 2 months, or I used to enjoy doing art or going on a bike ride or something like that, and I don't have time anymore, and I feel like I'm just really hitting a brick wall. So first, identify what exactly isn't working. Like, how do you know you're reaching burnout or you are in burnout? The next thing I like to ask is, what is essential? So obviously if you have kids, doing their things is essential. So waking them up, feeding them, bathing them, all those things, those are essential. If you're employed, going to work every day, checking in with your boss, doing your job things, whatever they are, that's essential. Basic hygiene, eating, all that stuff is essential. And depending on the kind of lifestyle you live, you might have other things added in that are essential too. Like with me, I make most of my own food. And so, groceries, I have to get groceries. I also have to find time to cook my food as well. So one thing that I used to do all the time, and I still do sometimes when I'm just like, there aren't enough hours in the day for everything I have to do, just take out a list and write down absolutely everything that you are planning to do that day, and go through and decide what is and isn't essential. Most of the time you are going to have maybe a third that can either be put off until another day, or something that is just something that you want to do but you really don't have to do that day. Go through that list, see everything that you're planning on, and decide what is and isn't essential. The next question is looking at the list again and seeing if there is some better way of doing essential things. So some people don't really like cooking. I love cooking, so I would never give that up. But some people don't like it, and so they opt in for maybe a subscription box or something like that, where it has all their meals already planned. They just get it in the mail. It's about the same as grocery shopping, so it doesn't even matter. That is how they can get some time and mental energy back, is to just use that box. Other people like me absolutely despise going to the grocery store. I don't know why, but I hate it, and if I didn't have to anymore, I wouldn't. But one of the ways that I do that is I get groceries delivered. So I actually just started using Misfits Market, and it is amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. I'll put my code down there if you want to. I think I get some money off, and you get some money off if you use my code, but no pressure. So that comes once a week. There's a lot of other subscription boxes that you can get that are just food delivery. I've been doing Walmart food delivery for about a year now. And honestly, with my Walmart, I've had so many issues. It's like every third order is either missing things, never shows up, gets canceled last minute, because they don't have the staff to deliver it or something. So I've been kind of looking for something else to do there. Another thing you could do is a lot of places, if not all places, offer some kind of grocery pickup option where you can just pull in, they put all your groceries in the back of your car, and then you get out of here. Probably the most significant question for me is, how are you using the time that you have, like the free time that you have? So a lot of people unwind watching TV, and there's nothing wrong with that if that is something that feeds you. With me, depending on what I'm watching, it can really stress me out, and it's like I feel even more burnt out, and it's just like this cycle of like, I'll watch my show, whatever it is, and then I'll just keep feeling stressed and more anxious and stuff like that. And so if you know that the best way to spend your free time is to go walk around outside or call a friend, talk to them for a while or something like that, and you start using your free time like that to actually recharge yourself, it's gonna go a long way. So one thing you can do is just pay attention, like check in on yourself and, just kind of close your eyes, feel what your body is feeling after a day where you watch TV after work, or maybe after a time that you talk to a family member on the phone for a while, and something that you do pretty often as just part of your routine, and just see if it lessened your stress or if it heightened your stress. And this is another thing that is kind of a pet peeve of mine, which is like, something that makes you feel happy and versus interested. Like there are so many things that I'm interested in that don't make me feel happy. And so it's like paying attention to what actually recharges you and makes you feel happy and relaxed versus what you're interested in. Because, if I watch like a really intense show after a really intense day of work, like that's not going to help me at all. But if I watch something that's going to make me laugh, or something that, is like a love story or something like that, where it makes me feel a lot different than I've felt all day, then that is something that will recharge me. So 2 resources that I'm going to throw out there are, there is a book and a video. The book is the Nagoski sisters' book called Burnout, and that is really good. If you haven't read it, it's very women specific, but I mean, if you're a guy and you want to read it, there are a lot of the things that it talks about, like exercise and nutrition and like community and stuff like that help with burnout. I mean, it doesn't matter what gender you are. But a huge thing that they talk about in that book is just the importance of exercise, the importance of getting your heart rate up, because when you have all this stress built up, there's no release, and so it tends to just like corrode us, and then either cause illness or cause depression or something like that. So just really giving your body like a physical release for all that stress is essential. The other one is a TED Talk by Kelly McGonigal, and it's called How to Make Stress Your Friend. I'll link both of those things below, but it is one of my favorite TED Talks, and I absolutely love it. She actually documents how people had a different physical reaction to stress based on their mindset towards it. And I just find that is so true, like with everything, honestly. Like if I look at something as like a fun contest or something like that, then I have so much more fun, number one, and ease going through it than if something is like a trial. So that's just something that it's like a mindset change about it that can really relieve any burnout or stress that you're feeling. And this is where my own personal beliefs come into it, but you're on my channel, so that's what you're gonna get. I really do believe that everything is a test, everything is a game. And, it's like we get thrown something that we have to deal with, whether it's chronic illness, depression, a death in the family, whatever it is, whatever your thing is. And how you deal with it either builds you up or splits you apart. And so if you treat it as a contest and you're just like, oh, this is how I need to grow, this is what I can learn from this, or something like that, then you are going to come out so much better and so much more capable of handling future things than if you just kind of like hunker down and wait for it to go away. Every trial that comes your way, you're going to be like, oh, but you know, what's this other trial? Like, I can't believe I'm going through this again, or something like that. And it's life, it's the human condition, it's why we're here to go through all this stuff. And so if you can really accept that and then rise to the challenge of like, what can I learn through this? How can I improve through this step? Or like, what do I need to know that I didn't know before that I will only know because of this thing? So some encouragement there to just kind of change your mind about what's going on and not necessarily try to make it go away, but like actually try to find ways to work with it. So there is my video on burnout. If you guys have any questions, I love it when you comment, and I honestly love everybody's comments because people will like start talking to each other and stuff like that, and it's so helpful because sometimes you guys have ideas that I've never thought about and we can just all help each other. Also like and subscribe. I always forget to say that, and so whenever people do, I'm like, oh. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for hanging out. Bye.